Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening if you're listening at nighttime. Welcome back to another episode of Formcast, nearing episode 50. Absolutely. You know what? This might be episode 50. I have no clue. Don't ask me. I don't run the show here, even though I do. Welcome back. Thank you so much for listening. Again, thanks for downloading the podcast and watching on YouTube. All episodes of the podcast on my YouTube channel, lxFORMIDABLExl. Today, I wanted to talk about two very different things. One, Warzone. Warzone is coming in just a couple of days, December 6th. This is being recorded on December 4th. On a Monday, Warzone drops on the 6th, which is Wednesday. A new season, a new map, new movement. This goes along with the Modern Warfare 3 movement and changes that they've made recently, which I think is going to be beneficial for Warzone and the BR version and experience of Call of Duty. I actually think this is probably one of the most excited times that I've seen the COD community in a while, which is pretty good. We've gone through Al Mazrah, we've gone through Caldera, we've gone through all these other maps, and we're pretty excited to see this brand new map, which many of us have been playing on the zombie version of Call of Duty right now. But it's going to look a bit different, obviously, without the zones and all this kind of stuff, and the BR playstyle. It's very, very exciting. Call of Duty just released today, this morning actually, the trailer for Warzone. They took a very much so a feels type trailer to it with a very emotional background song, the slow-mo deaths and shooting and missiles going here and helicopters being blown up. They made it clear that it's free to play, of course. There's a giant thing that said free to play, which we've known for multiple years now. But I'm hoping that they don't let us down in terms of giving us what we want and then quickly, rapidly changing things around to give us things we don't want or don't need, I should say. So I'm very excited to see what happens on Wednesday. Many content creators are going to be looking to make some of the first ever content with the game, with these new changes. And I don't think we're going to be let down again, though. It's kind of like going to mom's for dinner and she doesn't cook your favorite food. You're slightly let down, but you're still happy deep down inside. The other thing I really wanted to talk about is a little bit way off the scale of gaming and what Warzone is and all the fun stuff, is something that I've noticed and have actually been talked to recently as this morning. Streamers and content creators using sob stories to gain support from their communities or from just anyone in general. It's been really hard to see, but all over Twitter, it's very easy to see who uses some sort of story, whether it be animal issues, medical issues, vehicle repairs, whatever it is financially that they might be going through, saying that they can't afford it, they have trouble getting it done. They don't necessarily directly say, please help me, but they use these moments, they use these situations, real or fake, and yes, many are fake. I've been advised that multiple people, larger people as well, larger streamers, use these stories and make them up to gain financial support, and they actually use it as a tactic in order to gain more revenue from their viewers. And depending on what the story is, they know exactly, sort of, roughly, how much money they could potentially make off of this story. What I've seen recently is people complaining about, for example, car issues. It's tons of money. I can't get around. It's going to be a tough one, but we'll get through it. Always think positive. All of a sudden, a couple days later, they're posting about having amazing support from the community, really, really great streams. Obviously, the financial support is there. I'm sure people have seen the posts. And then just a couple days later, they're sharing screenshots of spending hundreds of dollars on random things, asking, somebody stop me. Somebody take my credit card away. All these types of, I don't know if it's passive aggressive, but just really weird takes in terms of going from being financially struggling and can't pay for car repairs, which is probably a priority in your life or should be if you need to get around that much, to getting the support to help with those things, and then to sharing screenshots of spending hundreds of dollars on things. And some people do this on the regular basis. Now, I've never said anything about it. It's not my place to really make tweets or call people out or anything. I'm not that kind of person. But my podcast is definitely somewhere where I get to share my opinion. After all, like I said at the start of this episode, I run the show here. It's just sickening. And I've been told recently that someone has had discussions with other people and has confirmed, and they have suggested to them to create sob stories, to create vet bill issues, vehicle repairs, medical needs, true or not true, in order to gain money from your viewership. Does this help you grow in any case? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think anybody would necessarily follow and long-term support someone because of a vehicle issue or the need of their pet needing vet bills to be paid. However, the money comes in. And what I'm getting at is this works, so people do it and use it to their fullest extent. I think it's absolutely sickening. I think it's technically fraud. Creating a sob story, people feel bad, they feel sorry, they pay to help out, and here you are not really needing it for those reasons. You're just trying to get more money to live whatever lifestyle you want. Now, it is the internet, and they say you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet, which I think is very, very true in the streamer world, in the social media world, I should say. But it's just disheartening to know that people are actually doing this, knowing that it's wrong, knowing that it's lies, and people are actually paying to support these people, but it's just a bunch of BS. I was raised in a family, a middle-class family. We never went, that I know anyways, when we were younger, never went through any major financial hardships. And as an adult, I've always been able to budget on my own. I bought a house by myself when I was 23 years old, had a really good job, budgeted properly, saved what I could, and then we kind of just made the moves we needed to in life to make sure that we were financially okay. Does financially okay mean millions of dollars in the bank account and I could buy whatever I want and not care about what I spend it on, or buying things cash like cars cash? No, I can't do that. I just spent $60 at the grocery store and I'm just not going to buy anything else this week. But what I'm saying is, if you're having trouble financially living, maybe changes need to be made. The worst part is when it's a lie, there's definitely other changes that need to be made aside from your bank account. It's very, very hard to think that people actually do this. I've been struck with many financial issues in the past where they just pop up out of nowhere. A long time ago, I had a dog that needed veterinary surgery done, I guess dental surgery done. It cost me $2,500, and the day after, I had to spend hundreds of dollars more because of an allergic reaction, an infection of some sorts, where the dog suffered things after the surgery, and emergency vet calls at 11 o'clock at night charge you a lot, and so do medications for this over a period of 2 weeks. I didn't ask for anybody's help. I mentioned the fact that I think we were on this maybe sort of topic, and we mentioned that, yeah, things happen and we have to pay these things. And even if we don't have the money ready available, you still manage, you still find a way without begging others to pay for you. As a streamer, you have a community at some point that come to watch you on a regular basis, that supports you pretty steadily. And to ask of them, and I've tweeted this out many times, but to ask of them to do more than what they already do, I think is just absolutely ridiculous. For example, if someone gives, let's say, regularly 100 subs a month on average because they just love you that much, it would be absolutely appalling to say, that's not enough, I need more, because I need to pay for vet bills. I need to pay for truck repairs. I need to probably not pay for those things if it's a lie, but I need to buy myself something nice I've been wanting to buy, and I don't want to dip in what I usually get, so just give me more. Now, obviously, streamers are not coming out here and saying, hey, I need more from you guys, but they say it in such ways like, I'm having some truck repairs and I don't think I'll be able to afford it, so, I might be away from streams for a bit to mentally recap myself and how hard this may be. Now, yes, some of these are true. And I really feel bad for those people because it's tough in life. Things are expensive. And sometimes, yeah, you can't shell out $2,000 for brake repairs on your vehicle all of a sudden. or you can't shell out $3,000 for a vet bill because your dog ran into a porcupine and he got porcupines all over his face and he's got to have surgery and have them removed and vet visits and medications and all these things. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But I've always been tough love when it comes to budgeting and money, in terms of the fact that if you have something to pay for and you have no money readily available, figure it out. It's that simple to me. Now, I don't say you can't go ask people for help privately. You can't ask friends, family, hey, can I pay you back for this? Can you spot me? Whatever. But to use a public platforms such as Twitter and your streams and all these things to make up these excuses and lies and stories to gain more money, and you know that you're doing it for the money and you don't actually have to pay anything, that's when it's absolutely disgusting to me. And I've seen it multiple times. And it's really hard to see people continue to support others where it's blatantly obvious that one day you're complaining about vehicle repairs and financial issues, paying those things. And then all of a sudden, a week later, you're posting screenshots of spending $400+ asking to be stopped. Somebody take my card away. Maybe you should leave your credit card in your wallet and not use it as much, perhaps, if that's the case. So a little bit of touch on that. I think people need to be very, very, very wary where people are sharing these sob stories and request or suggest that money is needed to help support this without actually finding if it's true, digging for yourself to see if it's actually viable information, whether it's concrete, and whether or not you should actually help and support this individual. A lot of people take advantage of others nowadays, and I would hate to see others get taken advantage of more and more. With that being said, I think it's important to note that there's a lot of people that struggle nowadays. So if you can help and you are willing to help on all their behalves, thank you. Because it means a lot when people are willing to help and be generous like that in life. Especially nowadays, I think we all need a little bit more of that in ourselves. With that being said, I'm ready to go and wait in my computer chair for 2 days for Warzone to drop on Wednesday. I'm not sure where we're dropping, but we're dropping somewhere. Just like we're dropping this next episode very shortly. Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern are when they are uploaded to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and usually Wednesday evenings on YouTube. Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.